In this section, people, we are looking at milk ejection. Remember, we said milk ejection is a process whereby the animal is releasing milk. It could be during suckling of the calf or during milking, whereby we have a milker or we're using a milking machine. So before we look at the whole process of milk ejection, I want me and you to look at the stimuli that will stimulate the cow to release milk. When you talk about a stimuli, we're talking about something that will cause something to happen. In this case, we're saying these are the stimuli that will influence or that will cause a cow or that will stimulate the cow to release milk. I want you to master these stimuli because they mostly come in an exam. Whenever they ask about milk ejection, there will be stimuli, there will be hormones involved there. So when we look at this part, we say stimuli by the milker. What can you do if you want the animal to release more milk? If you want the animal to release milk? One, what you may do, you may wash the udder. Before you start milking the cow, make sure that you wash the udder. After washing the udder, you then massage it. You massage the udder. You massage the udder. And when you do these two processes, you wash the udder, you use water to wash the udder, you also massage it. What will happen is that the animal will feel that there's something that is touching it on its udder. Then impulses will be sent through the nerves to the brain. And when they reach the brain, they will go to a gland that we call pituitary gland, stimulating that gland to release a hormone called oxytocin. What is the role of the hormone oxytocin? The hormone oxytocin is responsible for the release of milk. So it will cause the it will cause the pituitary gland to secrete oxytocin. The oxytocin will then go through the blood, going to the udder, causing the muscles in the udder to relax so that milk can be released, which is milk ejection or milk let down. So we have two stimuli so far. You wash the udder, you also massage the udder. Number 3, the appearance. Please add this part here. Appearance of the calf or presence of the calf. When the cow sees the calf, it will be stimulated to release milk. Again, the sound that the milker make, the sound, it's whether the milker is whistling in any way that you use. That sound will stimulate the cow to release milk. Or else, even you are using a milking machine, you can also play music there. The music that comes from that milking machine, if you play it now and again, the animal will end up being adapted, being conditioned that once this music is played, it means I have to release milk. So we have this, but take note of bullet number 3. I've tried to divide it or to separate it. Appearance of the calf will make the cow to release milk. Sound from the milker, such as whistling, will make the cow to release milk. Music from the milking machine will also make the cow to release milk. Then plus the milking action whereby you keep on pulling, milking the cow. So those are the stimuli that I want you to know. I guarantee you, once they talk about milk ejection in your exam, they will ask you. So make sure that you master them. Let's look at the hormones that we have there. We have 3 hormones, people. I want you to master these hormones very well. Remember, we said there is lactation. What is lactation? We say lactation It is the production of what? Of milk. Where does it take place in the udder? It takes place where? In the alveoli. Now ask yourself a question. Which hormone is responsible for this production of milk? The hormone that is responsible for the production of milk, it is a hormone that comes from the pituitary gland again. And this hormone, we give it a name and say it's prolactin. It's prolactin. Please make sure that you cram this very well. A hormone responsible for production of milk, it's a hormone called prolactin. So production of milk is prolactin. Then once milk is produced, the milk must be released, which is milk let down or milk ejection. The milk must be released. There's again a hormone that is responsible for the release of milk. It's very important for you to know the hormone that is responsible for the release of milk. When you massage the cow, the udder of the cow, when you wash the udder of the cow, when you play that music, when you whistle, when the calf appears, the animal will release milk. Why it releases milk? It's because oxytocin from the pituitary gland has been secreted. So the hormone that is responsible for milk ejection is oxytocin. Hormone number three. It may happen that when you are milking the animal, it may happen that the cow may stop releasing milk. It may stop releasing milk. There could be reasons for stopping the release of milk or milk ejection. Let's say you are milking the cow with your music or with your whistling. Then there's someone who comes making noise, yelling. What will happen to the animal, people? There is a hormone that is responsible for that. Sometimes they call it a fight and flight hormone. Sizothi masithuka isilwane sirelease ihormone esiyibiza nge-adrenaline. The hormone adrenaline will inhibit or will stop milk ejection. The hormone adrenaline will inhibit or stop milk ejection. So make sure that when you are milking the animal, there's nothing that will frighten the animal. We have three hormones. Hormone responsible for production of milk, it's prolactin. Hormone responsible for milk ejection or release of milk, it's oxytocin. Hormone responsible for stopping milk ejection, it's adrenaline. Make sure that you understand it in that way. Adrenaline comes from a gland that we call adrenal gland, but no need for us to focus on that one now. Then we have a disease that will affect the udder. That disease will be caused by bacteria, hence we call it a bacterial disease. These bacterial diseases affect the udder, and the name of this disease, we call it mastitis. I've highlighted it when we are talking about the Furstenberg's rosette. We say the mastitis, it's a bacterial disease. It affects the udder. One of the symptoms, or two or three of the symptoms, the udder will be swollen and it becomes hard. The milk that comes there, that is released, it contains blood stains, and the production of milk also decreases. So those are the symptoms of the udder. So make sure that you master the three hormones and the disease. They are very important. These hormones, people, you will get them in section A. The hormone responsible for milk production, it's 1.2 or 1.3. Make sure that you master it. 1.3 or 1.4. Okay, fine. Let's look at this diagram. We call it milk ejection. I want you to understand what is happening here, people. when we talk about milk ejection. What is happening, people, here is that we are milking the animal. When we are milking the animal, remember we said one of the stimuli is to massage the other. Ne? Look at the person. The person is touching the other of the skin. And when he touches the other of the skin, this could be massaging or washing. Then what happens is that impulses or messages will be sent to the brain. When the impulses are sent to the brain, they will go to the pituitary gland. They cause the pituitary gland to secrete the hormone. This hormone is responsible for releasing the milk. So the hormone is what? It's oxytocin. It will go there and cause the muscles to relax, then milk will be released. Milk will be released. We also have other stimuli here. The sound of a milking machine. When the sound is played, it could be music or what. When the sound is played, then it will also cause the pituitary gland or stimulate the pituitary gland to secrete the oxytocin. Even the presence of the calf, sight of a calf, will also cause the animal to secrete or to release milk. So people, in this case, they may give you this diagram. When they give you this diagram, maybe they will say, they will not put this oxytocin. They will say here it's A. You get it? It's A. Then they will say, name the process taking place above. The process taking place above, it's milk ejection. Name hormone A. Hormone A comes from the brain of the pituitary gland, is going to stimulate the other there to release milk. It's oxytocin. Then they will say, name 3 visible stimuli. We talk about stimuli. We said you massage, you wash, appearance of the calf, sound, the milk ejection. But here, they wanted those that are visible, people, those that you can see in the picture. The first thing that you see here is what? Sound of a milking machine. You see that there's sound that will come there. You also see sight of a calf. You also see the milker is touching what? The other. So those are the stimuli that you see. So when you read the question, check whether do they want those that they talk about in the diagram or the scenario, or they want any. So if they want any, you can say massage the cow, the other, and also wash the other. So it's very important for you to master that one. Then other questions may come. They may say, which hormone is responsible for production of milk? You know that is the hormone that starts with pro, which is prolactin. Which hormone will inhibit? It's your adrenaline. The disease, it's your mastitis. So it's very important for you people to master it in that manner. Okay, fine. Let's move on and talk about this last part. Colostrum. People, there is milk, it's yellow milk. There is milk that is produced or that is released by the cow during the first 3 days after calving. Calving is birth, giving birth. They ask you this question in section 8. They will ask, what is colostrum? We say is the milk secreted in the first 3 days after calving. By writing is the milk secreted in the first 3 days after calving, still you will not get a mark. Continue and say that it is yellowish, salty, and creamy liquid. You can also add that it is rich in what? In nutrients. Then it's very important for you to know the importance of the colostrum. We say the colostrum, it provides we say the colostrum, it provides antibodies. It provides what? Antibodies. Yes, I want to highlight this one. It's not antibiotics, it's antibodies. Then you must know the importance of the antibodies. These antibodies, they will protect the animal up until the immune system of the calf is strong enough or has started functioning. So they provide antibodies which will protect the animal from diseases up until the immune system of the calf is functioning properly. We also say this colostrum, which is secreted in the first 3 days, and it is yellowish in color, it is rich in nutrients such as what? Calcium and phosphorus, but it is rich in nutrients. So they will ask you this question: what are the importance of colostrum? Provide antibodies that protect the animal up until the immune system of the animal is functioning. They are also rich in nutrients. So people, you at home, make sure that you don't eat this milk. Leave it for what? For the calf. Please, please, please. So that is the simplest part of it that I wanted me to look. When we get time, we will also look at the lactation curve, which is the last part. And the lactation curve, they like to ask it. I will provide you with some guidelines how to expect questions from the lactation curve. So that is the simplest part of it. Make sure that you master it. We look at the stimuli, know the stimuli of the milker, know the hormones involved in the disease. You must also be able to tell if they give it to you as a diagram or a scenario. And then we also have the colostrum, which is the milk that is produced by the cow during the first 3 days. Okay, fine. That is the simplest part of it. Thank you. Thank you. Sabete says thank you.